Tonight's first case is strangely unsettling. It's like a killing from some second-rate Hollywood screenplay. And indeed there is an American feature to the crime. Killers cruising round in what looked like a white Cadillac and shooting someone in cold blood. But in contrast to murders in the movies, the victim, Alan Leppard, had no criminal connections and no known enemies. And the setting was an English hamlet just a few yards up from the village pub. Alan's girlfriend, Brenda, has helped us to make this film, and you'll see her in an interview, though an actress takes her part in the reconstruction. It's 3 weeks before Easter at the pub in Monkton, not far from Ramsgate in Kent.
It was 6:15 approximately in the evening. I was just opening the pub. This gentleman walked in, attracted my attention.
Is Mr. Leppard in here?
Who?
Somebody told me he drank in here.
He had a gold bracelet on one wrist. There was a gold watch on the other wrist. Quite smartly dressed with a red tie on. Black swept-back hair, quite piercing eyes, square jaw, and lines sunk back from the nose into his face, around the mouth.
In fact, Alan Leppard lived 2 doors down from the pub. He'd moved to Monkton 4 months earlier with his girlfriend Brenda, and the couple were planning to get married. She'd been divorced for several years, but Alan was waiting for his divorce to be completed.
I spent so long, and I think he did, trying to find the right person, and we felt we'd found it. Alan was a very kind man. He was very gentle. He wasn't romantic in the sense that he'd bring flowers, but he never hid his feelings.
Well, I've finished that digging. Do you fancy going down the pub later? Just for a quick drink?
I suppose we could, if you want to.
You're not very keen, are you? We don't have to go, you know.
It's just that it's so nice being on our own. Let's just stay in.
Okay.
I was sitting in my lounge. It was about 8:30 with my mother. We were watching television. All of a sudden I heard a scuffle outside. I looked out the window and I saw some boys. They were arguing. Soon after that I noticed a big American car cruising up the road at very slow speed. But then it continued to go up and down the road, on and off for about the next couple of hours.
I was watching television. Alan had dropped off to sleep.
Alan, I think there's someone at the door. Well, shall I go and see who it is?
Yeah.
It was by our bedroom clock, just after 10 o'clock, but it was a bit fast. And I went to the bedroom window and I saw 2 people at the side of this large white car. And I turned the landing light on to go down to see who it was.
Don't know who it was, but they've gone. Still, if it's important, they'll come back later.
Around the same time, and just a few yards down the road, 2 holidaymakers from a nearby caravan park got a good view of the white car's driver. "20 minutes later, another witness saw the car still there.
Well, it was about 20 past 10. I was leaving my girlfriend's house and there was a big white American car parked where I normally park my car. This man walked past the pub and got into the left-hand side, so I presume it's a left-hand drive car, and just drove off.
Then, for 25 minutes, the big car disappeared.
Sorry, but my mind's made up. I'm going back to London tonight.
I think about 22, quarter to 11. Somebody knocked at the door again.
You go this time.
And I went to the window again, and I said, it's the same people. And we both went downstairs.
Who is it? What do you want? Who is it?
He went out the door.
What the hell's all this about?
Then an almighty bang. And a scream. I went to go outside, and I got to the corner of the back of the cottage, and Alan came round the corner, and as he came towards me, he must have moved his hands, because I was absolutely covered in blood. And I started screaming. I think he said, "Get in." I think because he was worried for me. He was just a grey colour. And he was just going, and there was nothing I could do to stop him.
Nick Biddis, what was the motive? Why would somebody want to kill him?
We have a number of ideas about the motive, but there's nothing that we can really pin down at this stage.
But as far as you're concerned, he was a completely innocent victim.
That is correct. He's a completely innocent victim of a terrible crime.
I mean, it looks to some extent as though there might have been sort of professional killers hired, but I mean, they seem to be rather amateur professionals.
Well, they certainly do, yes.
And the Cadillac, or whatever it was that drew a lot of attention to them, was it a Cadillac? You're not exactly sure what it was.
We're not sure of the maker or model of the car. All I can say is a light-coloured, possibly white, large American-style saloon motor car.
So presumably you'd like to know anybody who had one of those white cars up to Easter.
We certainly
hasn't
would.
Been driving it since.
That's right, and where it could be now, perhaps scrap dealers or some scrapyard may have it, but anybody who's seen a car up until Easter and it's now disappeared, we'd like to hear from.
Not entirely sure whether there were 2 or 3 occupants. At one stage there seemed to be only 1, but we've got a fairly good description of the white-haired or light-haired driver who was seen by the 2 people coming from the caravan park.
Yes, indeed we have. We have a man there who's believed in his late 40s, possibly about 5'7", sitting in the car, and the E-fit you've got.
And what about the guy who came into the White Stag pub a couple of weeks before the killing? I mean, presumably you need to eliminate this chap who might be perfectly innocent of the whole affair.
We would like to trace this man. He is a man who went into the pub about 3 weeks before, described as being 35 to 38 years of age, wearing a gold bracelet and gold watch. We'd very much like to trace that man and speak with him.
There's something else you need to eliminate, I know, because another white American car was seen not far away that same night.
There was about 11:10 on the same evening in the village of Minster, which is next door to Monkton. There was a similar car seen with 2 men getting into it in the New Inn car park, which is a pub in the centre of the village, and we'd very much like to trace those 2 men to see whether or not they can assist with this inquiry.
OK, I mean, you're almost certain this car had nothing to do with it and it needs to be eliminated.
We think we can eliminate that, but we'd like to hear from the people who were with it.
I'd mentioned the caravan park, the Fox Hunter Caravan Park. About 300 caravans, I think, were parked there. This is the Easter weekend, of course. Now, you've spoken to most people who were there that weekend, but I gather not everyone.
That's right. There are over 300 caravans on this site, and it was a very busy Easter weekend, quite nice weather, and we'd like to hear from anybody who so far we have not seen or hasn't spoken to us that may have been down during that weekend.
Can you promise them discretion?
Everything they give us will be treated in the strictest of confidence.
OK, there's a reward. I doubt that would be anybody's prime motive in this, but the family have put up a reward of £5,000. Here's the number if you can help. 081 811 8181. That's 081 811 8181. Or you can call the Murder Inquiry Room at Margate Police Station on 0843 22 5566. That's 0843, the code for Thanet, 22 5566.